its limit, breaking down. But he couldn't die yet. The man had a job that must be done. To defeat his twin brother.
Jackpot.
Dante.
Hello everybody. I know it's been a very long time since I've really done one of these videos, but why not? If you're new to the channel, welcome to the Rizora family. Today we'll be talking about the legendary Dark Knight Sparda, what Hideaki Itsuno would do if he cameos in the development of Devil May Cry 6, and what the next game director might do for the next installment. Not to sound like a broken record, we all know it's stated Sparda sealed off the demon world from the human world to save humanity. During this same night, Eva, the mother of the two twins Dante and Virgil, had been murdered by those same demons Sparda sealed away. I'd speculate that we'd see Sparda seal away the demons, rush back to his home wounded, and finds Eva's lifeless body on the floor, and the boys missing. The home obviously wouldn't look in complete ruin as it did in the events of DMC 5. We know, due to Virgil separating his human side from his demon side, he took on a new form and needed blood to obtain the fruit completely to be the next Demon King. In all of the chaos, these tentacles arose, breaking down and through buildings, causing bloodshed needed for the fruit. After Sparda mourned his wife, he'd set out looking for his twin boys, fighting all kinds of remaining demons and eventually giving into the thought that they died with the mother. We also need to take into account that the boys at this time are too young and couldn't activate their devil blood, so Sparda couldn't sense them, but also note he himself is now partially human at this point as well. However, in DMC 3, we see the incomplete demon Arkham is able to sense out his daughter's presence within the Timnigru walls. In addition, we know that both Virgil and Dante have split personalities of their late father Sparda. We know Sparda takes more to Dante's mellow, flirty, and cool persona when not in battle, and is like Virgil when he's in battle, which could lead Eva and more so Sparda to choose and to let their children live normally amongst the humans. At that time, Sparda was the ruler over humans and humanity did grow on him since he did fall in love with Eva. The whereabouts of Sparda were never known after, and no one knows what truly happened to him. All we have is an idea that not being able to find his twin boys led him to completely give up. He did seal his own power within the demon world initially to protect humanity and his family, but the legend on his own was only able to manage one feat that night. Hideaki Itsuno's vision. The series had different directors over the years. Hideaki Itsuno was our savior after Devil May Cry 2. Devil May Cry 4 came out January 31st, 2008. I think we all can agree having multiple directors on this series screwed up the timeline pretty bad, which is why now the chronological order had to be fixed by Hideaki Itsuno. DMC Devil May Cry came out January 15th, 2013, directed by Tamin Antonides. Hideaki enjoyed the reboot indefinitely, so much so, he made small implementation concepts from DMC Devil May Cry 2 Virgil and DMC 4 Special Edition. In DMC Devil May Cry, Virgil's downfall, you see Virgil's moves from spacey platforms to platform with summoned swords. Virgil in this version of the game would shoot a summoned sword at an enemy, which the sword itself stays impaled within the enemy, allowing you to teleport to the enemy. This was only ever first introduced in the reboot. In Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, Virgil no longer teleports on his own like he does in DMC 3, but rather with his summoned swords. In Devil May Cry 5, we now have everything reboot-like and no longer the original hack-and-slash anime type game we all loved. The movement has now slowed down and has more weight to it. Sword swinging is now more realistic. Hideaki went so much deeper in mimicking the reboot, he scrapped Virgil's basic Devil Trigger form out for a doppelganger type deal we've seen in the reboot. With all of this being brought to the surface, I think you can see where I'm heading with Hideaki possibly portraying a cameo part in the development of Devil May Cry 6. Now, Hideaki could do two things. Take away from the reboot story like he has combat-wise / environmental-wise, or he'll keep Sparda dead. But the only thing that raises my suspicions on Sparda's story is that we've never seen his face. If this was the true ending to Devil May Cry 5 Sons of Sparda saga, Hideaki wouldn't have left the next director a story plot which is the unknown mystery of Sparda. Why did Sparda's face get scratched out of the family photo? Not knowing what the legend looks like in his human form gives the next game director and the series more to offer if Sparda is the main protagonist. Hell, even a DLC or a small story surrounding his absence would be lovely. In addition, Hideaki and the Capcom team could recommend to the new director to make Sparda reappear in the reboot Ninja Theory dead, trapped and tormented in the underworld for eternity, which also brings in room for Mundus and Sparda's return, as well for Nero or the next antagonist and protagonist. The new chronological order as of now is DMC 3 as the first game and 1 as the second installment.
It looks like we have a winner.
Goodbye. And when you do come back, give my regards to my son, will ya?
This gives Nero, Dante, and Virgil another reason to fight, but the story would be different. No Demon King trying to take over the world, but rather the ultimate showdown between family and two past Demon Kings, Mundus and the old Demon King Sparda faced off the night he vanished. This would also result in Dante or Nero helping Sparda get his sealed power back from Tim Negru somehow. Granted, Virgil's even still around at this time. In addition to that side note, the amulets are no longer on the necks of the boys, so those play a huge part in the story as well. Remember, Mundus wasn't a demon king when Sparda rebelled against his kind at that time, he was just a knight, just like Sparda. The new director might reimagine the next installment by doing another reboot to the series. Or potentially following through with his own story unrelated to what I previously stated. Alright, that wraps up this video for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and thank you so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye.